raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 for you. Won't you let the light shine through? In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 for wrongs. What have I done? You've forgotten the words to our song. Now it's gone. Take it back just for one night. Take all the wrongs and pretend that we're alright. Feel the rhythm in our souls, let them entwine. Cause you don't know what you can do to me. It's not fair, I don't care. Take you there, make you mine before we're out of time. Let's synchronize. Let's synchronize. Let's synchronize. Don't be so distant. Don't be so distant. So distant, distant from me, from me. You're so close and yet so far. So I fight it, and here we are in each other's arms. Take it back just for one night. Take all the wrongs and pretend that we're alright. Feel the rhythm in our souls, let them entwine. Cause you know what you can do to me. It's not fair, I don't care. Take you there, make you mine before we're out of time. Let's synchronize. Let's synchronize. To the beat, come on, step with me. Let our bodies sing in harmony till the morning light. Synchronize. Let's synchronize. Let's synchronize. Synchronize.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I am here with Eisen, and we are bringing you an exciting first match under our new branding at CSGO Matches. It is Team Saw versus FakeOut, both teams having incredible records heading up into this match. And notably, Team Saw, its first match with no substitutes, its full 5 starting roster. I'm very excited about this one. Eisen, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic, my friend. Good to be back. Good to be in the casting booth, otherwise known as the basement, the dungeon, where it all goes down. Team Saw here, from what I understand, they're 8-2, and FakeOut is 8-1, I believe, something similar to that.
That is their records, yes?
Okay, and then I know one of the teams that beat FakeOut, Team Saw, actually took them into overtime. They ended up losing that game, but overall, from the statistics that we were looking at before this looks like it's going to be a pretty evenly matched game here. I don't know who picked this map or how it was selected or how that went, but I don't know. Looking forward to seeing Team Saw with their full roster here.
And me as well. Notably, Team Saw winning the knife round going to give them that huge advantage on train. They're going to be starting counter-terrorist. And if we look at the terrorist buy setup right now, it's pretty much exactly what you'd expect. 4 armors and a little bit of utility coming out on one player. I would like to see maybe just a little bit more utility. It'd help them get into that B bomb site for sure, but FakeOut right now proving they don't need it, coming into the bomb site and getting that first entry.
You know, before we get into this crazy stuff here, what was that guy's name that just got that kill? How do
I
say
don't know.
that name?
I wanted to say it, but I couldn't.
JD Weed?
Luckily, he's going to be taken down by Funshine, and Twiggy's going to find a follow-up kill on that A bomb site as terrorists are kind of swarming everywhere. The B take clearly a fake as the bomb moves towards the A bomb site, and the counter-terrorists seemingly unaware of this development as of thus far, but FakeOut planting the bomb, that should tip them off. Wadzu, though, finding the kill on the Funshine is going to make things a lot harder for the counter-terrorists to get that retake, especially considering both terrorists for FakeOut, they're both armored up, and they both have full health.
Take it away here. They do have a kit on them, so they got a bit of time, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to pull this one off. These guys are playing pretty passive right now. Out Sip. How do you say his name? Nice dome piece on him. They're going for the fake defuse. They're going to push on in, flank it from both sides. And teasing they did, and the headshot takes them down. FakeOut picking up the first round on their terrorist side. So what is this guy's name here? It's Wadzu. I'm going to call this other guy JD, not JD Weed. And then the other guy, JB. So we go with CJB.
Names aside, I'd be remiss not to mention that excellent fake coming out from FakeOut. They used the one little piece of utility they had to get their team into the B bomb site, and while everyone was distracted, the remaining terrorist force pushed their way out through Ivy and into the A bomb site. Very smart play from them. Team Saw was not able to handle that, and so they're going to lose the first pistol as a result and go for an A bomb site stack, which doesn't seem to be the correct call because it looks like FakeOut is heading towards the B bomb site for real this time. Sidoff, the only man in the bomb site to defend it, and of course long range against an AK with a P250. He's going to fall down without too much of a fight.
Yep, shots figured out here. Only 3 of these fellas left here. 1 HP from Spermy, not going to last too long, so Twiggy, Funshine going to be last 2 remain. They do have a Deeg in hand. At this point, they're probably just going to go for an exit or just run away and try to hide. Like you said, they did pick the wrong one there. 50-50 gamble. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes not. And I like the way that I'm going into trying to figure out their names, and you do like your analyst job and just you're like, okay, anyway. I said, this is what's happening right now.
A play like that is so much smarter than what you usually see in ESEA main. Like, I just felt like it had to be mentioned. I almost never see fakes below pro level, really. Even premier teams kind of slower to implement that into their style than maybe they should be. Regardless, though, Team Saw, they do get a nice couple exit frags, but unfortunately they're not going to be able to run away with those weapons, and that's going to be a little bit of a sting to their economy. But it should be what they expected after that first round loss. They're not going to be buying this round anyway.
Full save coming out. Pretty standard here. CT-sided map train is, as far as I know, unless the meta's shifted in the past
very CT-sided.
years.
Probably one of the most CT-sided in the rotation at this point in time. Although, we're going to watch JD. He pushes out right into that A bomb site, takes a lot of damage, but manages to get the kill in the end. It's Wadzu running up with the UMP, manages to find a kill for his own, followed up by Quick taking out Spermy and the bomb going down. Team Saw overwhelmed right now, but that's excusable just considering the lack of weaponry in their hands.
Yeah, not much they're going to do here. FakeOut survives with all their players. Their bankroll is just going to be super thick. Have a guy waiting in the weeds here, not going to survive. Twiggy all by himself with that AK-47, so he's looking to skedaddle out of there. They know he went down Ivy. They're going to be on the hunt trying to get that gun out of his hands. It ain't going to matter too much. They are going to have enough for a full buy, but that AK here would be crucial. But it doesn't look like they're trying to let him. He does get one more, but not going to matter too much. So FakeOut does survive in a very healthy manner there. And with 3 on the board, so...
Knowing when to search for exit frags is something that's very difficult to pinpoint in CSGO, and it seems like FakeOut actually has a really good handle on that. In a situation like this where Team Saw has to full buy from scratch, they don't have anyone up, you really don't want to let one of your own rifles get away, and that's exactly why FakeOut, all 3 of them went on the hunt, and they successfully found that last frag to seal out the round.
Well, here we go, round number 4. Going to be kind of a testament to see how the rest of this game is going to go here. Team Saw on their first buy, if they're able to pull it out. They only got a couple kits and 1 man with head armor. Decent utility, but not the biggest buy in the world. Should be enough to fend these guys off, as they are going to be rolling up into brown halls on the B site here. And this might be another one of those cases where you're talking about, where they have a guy basically in the A site right now, trying to keep these fellas busy. Shots ringing out. They do take him down. Phantom falls. Another one hiding behind Bomb Train. Molly going to slow things down a bit. Nice dome shot, but he gets taken out by the Molotov. Bomb still yet to be planted. That flank from the back side here is coming through as well. So these guys in serious trouble here too. Pinched in Z. The Spermy, the only one on the site.
This round's so important for Team Saw as well. They don't want to be forced into yet another eco, but it's quickly looking like things are going that way with the amount of utility still left on FakeOut side, notably 2 Molotovs. That's going to keep them from pushing into the bomb site for a very long time, and I'm positive that Lowrider is ready to throw a Molotov on the bomb should the need arise. And of course, JD with the flank, he's not quite going to let that rotation come into the B bomb site just yet. Very smart play from him, just playing around the cover and not letting Twiggy run away to assist his teammates on the B bomb site. And so right now, Funshine and Spermy realize that they've been outplayed and they're falling off.
Well, that was actually really good by JD there, just keeping those guys busy. They knew there was a man on A side. He had killed one of them, and they couldn't just forget about him and go for the retake because they had to be concerned about him pushing from behind. So it really kept their attention focused on that Z connector. Unfortunately, they just didn't have enough time to get that bomb defused. So FakeOut with 4 on the board now. It looks like they're not going to buy up behind these 2 leftover rifles, other than a P250, 5.7, and some armor. So...
Interesting decision, but understandable when you realize that everyone on the team, even the people with weapons, they'd still be above 2k after this round, so they will be able to full buy next. And so it looks like right now Team Saw, they're choosing to go for the A bomb site stack, again with Seedoff just on the P250 in that B bomb site, and unfortunately he's not able to find a single kill, quickly overwhelmed, allowing the terrorists to take over the B bomb site.
Not springing out here, there is a little bit of a trade battle going on. They still have an op at M4. I'm the only one with nothing other than a P250, but this retake is possible if they land their shots. They just got to get it timed right. Quick going to be behind Oil Train. They got 1 in Brown Hall, so they got a decent positioning for the terrorists here. Creeping on in. They do have 1 kid on them. AK spray from Quick does end up getting Phantom. From behind, Twiggy knocks him dead, and now it's just all down to Spermy. The M4 spray connects, but I don't think he's got enough time. He's going to be vacating out of the area, trying to save this. Here's JB. He sees him and hears him and knocks him dead. Says, no way, you're not saving. So that's going to be another big round for FakeOut.
And FakeOut up 5-0, and on a CT side of map like Train, you really, on your terrorist half, only need 5 rounds to come back and win a game. So FakeOut, they've already kind of met their quota, in a sense. They really don't have to be too worried about the rest of this half. I'm sure they're not going to sit there and let Team Saw kind of sweep them. But it just kind of goes to show that FakeOut really have a good handle on this game, especially going into the second half, where that's where they're supposed to be favored.
Right, if we flash the scoreboard here for a second, you can see that there's pretty much spending all they got right now. They are on a big loss bonus, but this really is the first big buy coming out from Team Saw. They were a little light on utility and armor and whatnot on round 4, so this is going to be a big one here for them. They have to win this round, and they have to survive with, you know, I would say at least 3 people alive in order to get kind of a semi-force coming out, because FakeOut still has some decent cash, and if they get the bomb plant down here and still lose, they're going to have enough money for another full buy. Op shot coming out right away. Funshine, take it there. There he goes with 2 with the dome piece. JB going to be pushing through E-Box. He does get 1, and now that bomb's exposed. Now it's FakeOut's round to lose. Is Funshine the only one dying from Saw so far?
Gotta highlight Funshine just taking those first 2 frags. Those were crucial to stop that terrorist rush, and then Phantom just kind of winning his aim duels on the last 2 terrorists coming into the bomb site. Now we're watching Lowrider in this 1 versus 4. He has the op and so much utility on his back. He wants to run away with this, but he's kind of in enemy territory right now, it's going to be very difficult for him to retreat from his current position.
That leg gets spotted out as Phantom takes some pot shots. He's down to 28 HP, and I think what's on his mind right now is probably just trying to get away.
Absolutely.
That round was a little bit different, too, from the previous ones. It seemed like they were kind of splitting the sights, maybe sending kind of a lurk into one, keeping them busy, and that one they just sort of all man-piled into T-Con.
But that's going to be the first strategy for them that really doesn't work. Team Saw putting their first round on the board and doing it via timeout as well, knowing not to chase. Again, one of those things that I talked about being kind of difficult for Team's IGL to pick up on. But if you look at the money of Team Saw, while they do have a lot, they really can't rebuy a full man unless somebody drops, and that's not a situation that you want to be in. So very smart of them to just hold back, let them keep the op, because FakeOut was going to rebuy anyway, so that one rifle isn't going to make too much of a difference. And focus on keeping your own players' weapons in their hands.
I said they needed to live with 3 there, and they managed to do it with 4, and they are fully loaded here. So let's see if FakeOut realizes they need to go back to the original strategy here and try to split the sights up.
That does seem to be what FakeOut do very, very well. Just split the sights up and attack them one at a time and really just kind of create chaos in the counter-terrorist ranks.
Positioning by the CTs right now. The bomb's still down, pretty much over in T spawns. So if they make a play here, they're gonna have to send somebody back to go get that. It looks like Lowrider is gonna be venturing that way. They're giving up Ivy right now, so I'm not sure what the play is here. What do you think is going through their minds? Trying to bait out smokes? They trying to get Team Saw to use their utility? Like what are they doing?
It's interesting, especially because clustering all of their players in one position is kind of the opposite of what they had been doing earlier that worked, wherein they had 2 players kind of creating confusion on the bomb site that they weren't going to hit, and then a really strong coordinated strike on the other. And it looks like right now what's happening is a really, really well planned out A execute, where we're going to see lots of nades coming in, and then all 5 players just kind of spilling into that bomb site, which is slightly different from what we saw in the first round that they lost, where in this time they're actually using some well-coordinated utility. Phantom somehow missing that the bomb is being planted right under his nose, still manages to find a kill in the end anyway, and Twiggy chiming in with one of his own. And although FakeOut do get the bomb down, things are quickly falling apart for them otherwise. Lowrider and CJ left in a 2 versus 5, and CJ going to fall down, leaving Lowrider by his lonesome with the Galil. Easy kill for Phantom, and the defuse going to come in without a problem.
Well, that was a hell of a round there. You know what I liked there about it is the fact that Team Saw didn't take any kind of rotation bait. They held their ground. They knew there's a possibility of these FakeOut guys literally trying to fake them out and going to different sites, and nobody was moving from their positions. And that, and I feel like if someone would have peeled off from A site or went to lurk, back trains or something weird, getting anxious because the time was running down, that they might have not have been able to be as successful there with that defense of the A site. They didn't lose a single man.
It also just seems in general that Team Saw has a stronger A site than they do a B site, and FakeOut maybe not picking that up quite yet as they choose on their eco round here with a couple techs, a little bit of armor to storm the A bomb site yet again. They do get the bomb down, which is really all that you can hope for in an eco round, but of course Phantom, who's been hitting his shots pretty consistently as of thus far, he's going to be able to snag himself a nice 2 kills. And now the counter-terrorists are waiting for rotations to come in, but unfortunately, Twiggy, he's going to get pushed out when he's caught with a nade out. And so it's actually a pretty even 3-on-3, and weapons even being picked up for FakeOut. They're not out of this round yet.
No, absolutely not. That bomb's still ticking down here. Lowrider going to be all by himself. He's going to be holding the corner of that brown train. USP, though, does connect, and he should have enough time to get the defuse here, but that was a really good eco. They got the bomb planted. 2 members killed from Team Saw. If you look at the scoreboard there, they've had the bomb planted almost every single round.
Even the rounds that they've lost, with the exception of one timeout, were all defusals on the side of the counter-terrorists. So that's really helping to keep the money of FakeOut going incredibly strong. And although they're not quite at full loss bonus yet, they're still able to buy because of that.
Well, big bank starting to build up on the side of Team Saw here as they're a fully equipped CT side and holding strong right now. Looking to be a sort of a challenge for FakeOut. They're going to have to come up with something else right now as the last few attempts are not working. Smoke strats being set up here for the A. Simultaneous smokes. That basically looks like a wall of smoke. If our observer can see that from above, it's
this is a pretty crazy execute onto the A bomb site. It's going to be interesting to see how this works out for FakeOut, especially with the 2 Molotov kills. Twiggy shutting him down right now, and Phantom with the AK spray down, finding one of his own. The bomb barely going down, but that's going to leave CJ with 12 health, and he's in a 1 versus 5. It was never meant to be. Team Saw the excellent Molotov usage right there. And
That
you
was-
have to imagine FakeOut just put down so many smokes and Molotovs, so it was hard for them to keep track of who threw what, and they
There
just
was
kind of
so
cooked.
many nades being thrown. Like on the screen, there was just blue and
Tracers
yellow lines
everywhere.
flying
All
over
of the
place.
utility being dumped into one very narrow choke point, and Team Saw going to be benefiting very heavily
I just
from that.
find it funny that with all there was, probably 7 smokes on the ground there that a Molotov managed to burn freely.
Yeah,
And,
that's
somebody
true.
standed and it killed 2 people with the dang thing. So it looks like they're going to be throwing over on the A side again.
FakeOut not
quite as
learning their
many.
lesson.
Well,
Although
that-
it looks like
yeah,
this might be a fake,
they're
which
definitely
I'd be
going
very
there.
proud of at this point.
Well, here's them running here. SIDDF. Did off. AK spray there. It does get one. A double molly kill
What's
again.
with the
What is
barbecue?
going on here?
How does this keep happening? 2 Molotov kills each round for the past 2 rounds, and then Funshine coming in with the AWP to clean things up a little bit. Woodzoo trying to recover and plant the bomb. He's going for the plant. Spermy realizes what's happening. He's pushing up on him, but he can't quite stop the plant, but of course he will be able to get the frag. And the defuse follows shortly after. Team Saw tying things up with FakeOut. Both teams taking 5 rounds in a row and then just kind of faltering afterwards.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, I've seen Molotov kills, obviously, but the 2 double molly kills back-to-back rounds, that's pretty funny. So, these guys are maybe they're just know where to put dang mollies. Maybe it just come down to how they scrim and where they put these things, because it seems to be doing a hell of a lot of job. And you kill 2 people with a Molotov right away. What's the money reward for a molly kill? Is it 300?
Something along those lines. Yeah, 300. Not too much, but definitely not something to scoff at, especially when you're getting 600 every round from Molotov kills.
Okay, so it looks like they threw the A smokes, probably working their way into Brown Halls right now. But then again, they might be trying to do what they did last round, except come down Pop Dog possibly.
That'd be possible, and it'd probably throw off Team Saw, not expecting it, and that's exactly what they do. But Phantom, when I say not expecting it, apparently that does not apply to him. He manages to find a quick 2 frags before falling off. Twiggy going to be taking a little bit of pressure off of his shoulders. And then Spermy should be able to get the cleanup kill, but no! Lowrider, last bullet in the clip, gets the 1 dome. But of course, with 2 health left, it's going to be really tough for him to get much further into this round.
He does have the bomb here.
It's possible. I'm not holding my breath too much. If he manages to pull this one off with so little health, I'd be very, very impressed. But it looks like right now the counter-terror is playing it very smart and waiting for that plant to come in. Funshine, though, he has a bit of an idea what's happening, and it looks like he has a bit of an idea. Lowrider's lit 2, pulling out the Tech 9, and now just choosing to wait. Lowrider realizing he has a lot of time, and so he hopes the counter-terrorist will push him, but he's not so lucky, and so he moves his way around the bomb site, just trying to make sure he's completely clear before he goes for the plant.
Yeah, that's smart of him. And it's also smart of Saw right now. Even though they got a ton of money in the bank, if you look at the scoreboard, I mean, there's a few guys in there with well over $10,000. So, like, losing this rifle and this op isn't going to make too much of a difference. But, like, why do it? Like, there's no reason to. Here he goes for the plant right now. 9 seconds left. He's going to get pushed from behind. He heard him here. The Tech 9 only going to need 1 shot. Knocking him dead. Team Saw, first time with the lead.
FakeOut doesn't even get the plant, so that's going to be hurting their economy quite a bit. We're going to see this round they're not going to be able to full buy, and it looks like they're going to go for another Tech 9 force.
Now, for what I'm seeing right now, like you said, their A side hold is pretty strong. Like even just waterfalling down off a ladder on B side or off ramp Brown Halls might be effective just to get the bomb plant down. And who knows, if you're able to pick up an M4 and a couple nades, you might be able to hold off the retake here.
I'd like to see them head towards B to try to accomplish that goal. Right now, though, a little bit too early in the round to tell where they're moving towards, but of course, with that Ivy control, wherever you go, it's likely going to be a split, because it's very rare to see a 5-man push Ivy. And I like that little bit of extra, that tactical layer FakeOut's adding. It seems that they've forgotten that in the recent couple of rounds.
Holding fast right now. The re-smoking Pop Dog here. Spermy going to be on the back of Green Chain, just kind of peeking and jiggling, making sure these guys aren't sneaking around. I don't think they've seen any of the terrorists yet, so they're probably not sure if this is a buy or not, because they really could have forced up. Nades are coming through Ivy right now, but terrorists are going to be following through. The M4 spray. Twiggy, though, trying to reload, gets a little bit tagged from behind. Dome piece, knocking him dead, going for another one here. Tech 9's at close range, are deadly. Not going to matter as Twiggy kills them both. So 3 left to the side of FakeOut. Bomb yet to make a move on a site.
And team saw all 5 men remaining. Twiggy almost getting killed, but luckily for him, his flicks are on point today. He manages to turn and get, as you would call it, the dome piece, and then Sidoff going to end it with a double spray down. Team saw up 7-5, having a pretty strong performance here, and FakeOut struggling to find their footing.
That spray control.
Yeah, that was...
Yep, see, he nods. He knows.
That was great. He knows. He knows.
Big buy coming out here for the side of FakeOut, so this is going to be their time to shine up on T side. Can make some work. I believe they pulled one out in, what, 3rd round. They really get a couple kills out on the B side, so I just feel like they should be going after B a little bit more here. Not necessarily committing to it, but at least kind of poking and prodding over there because they're very heavily stacked on A.
Yeah, this is true. Most of the counter-terrorist presence there, you'd like to see FakeOut go B, and if they were really smart, they'd either fake A or send 2 people there to try to disrupt this rotation. It all depends on the amount of information they can get on where counter-terrorist players are situated right now, because, of course, if they knew that Sidoff was holding by himself on the B-bomb site, they'd already be funneling into it. It looks like a couple nades heading out towards the A-bomb site, but it's a little too early to tell if they want to commit to that just yet. But with Quick heading out into the A-bomb site, that seems to cement things at least to some degree, that Quick is looking for that pick onto the A-bomb site, and if he gets that, you'd have to imagine that's where his team is going to go. But over the ladder, wouldn't have thought that shot would have landed in a million years, but he manages to make it happen. Funshine, a crucial factor to Team Saw's success. The big offer, he goes down early on.
Well, Phantom's going to be peeking here. They probably thought it was some kind of a pop dog play. Here's the spray from Outrider. Lowrider gets 2 of them there, and what's that? JB gets the other. Now we just have Sid left, stuck in CT spawn with a post-plant situation, and, you know, honestly, I would probably just go for this. You know that the economy on FakeOut can't be good, so any one of those rifles you're able to take out is going to be detrimental to the economy of FakeOut. Meanwhile, Team Saw, they got plenty of cash, so let's just see what he decides to do here. Around into the CT spawn.
Gotta be saving the rifle. Probably going for a couple of exit frags just because of how strong the economy is, but that doesn't work out. You have to keep in mind that AK is so strong. The one shot headshot going to be working to his disadvantage, but luckily Team Saw money is not an issue right now, and FakeOut actually winning one and then losing out for the rest of the half would put them in a really bad position economy wise, even worse than if they'd kept the max loss bonus.
Well, shut down the 7-round streak for Team Saw. FakeOut finally picking up a round here. Looking at the frag count right now, Twiggy leading the pack heavily with 15 on the board. Everybody else pretty close to double digits on the side of Team Saw. And just a little behind with the frags there on FakeOut. Funshine does take out one right away over to the A site. And that bomb not making a play just yet. They were trying to work for a pick there and did not function the way they would like it to. Spermy going to be spraying through the smoke. Oh, if he just moves a little bit more, he could have saw his head. Don't think he spotted him there. He's going to eat this off right in the face as soon as he peeks, but a trade quickly from Phantom brings him down. It's going to be a 4v3. That bomb's still far away from the players themselves. Minute 9 left to go this round.
Yeah, lots of time left for the terrorists to try to figure out what they're doing, and that's good too, because they really did just leave the bomb completely behind, and so whatever they decide to commit to, they're going to have to send one man back to grab that and then head to the site. I really don't like seeing a bomb left in his spawn, especially this late into the round, and especially with this distance gained from it right now. I wouldn't call it map control necessarily yet, because nobody's really worked up too far, but you can see just people so far down Ivy Lane and people so far into that A-bomb site that it's gonna take a long time to get that bomb. And at this point, you have to think that they just forgot it. There's no way that they're this late into the round intentionally without that bomb on their back.
I think they're realizing it right now. They have to be, because he ran right through Hot Dog. He does get the pick there on Funshine. Spray coming out here from Phantom does get one, but they still don't have the bomb. They even smoked Z there. Realizing now they don't have it at all. It's Lowrider
This is so sad.
Himself, and they maybe could have got that bomb planned if they would have had it at that point. That was a huge mistake, I feel, on the side of FakeOut. I don't think that there was any kind of intentional play there.
Definitely not. Now Lowrider, unfortunately, he's realized the mistake, but it's far too late to do anything about it, and so he's just looking to make sure he carries that AWP in the next round, and I guarantee you, mentally, that's a blow for FakeOut. They're kicking themselves right now.
Absolutely, maybe even some infighting there. I can imagine people being upset with that situation, but you know that's the responsibility of everybody, especially people on the team that are dead. You know, to notify them, hey, you guys, none of you have the bomb. It's still over there in T spawn. Because I'm pretty sure after that Z connector smoke went down, they could have planted. There wasn't anybody really contesting
Oh, they
the area.
definitely could have planted. They probably could have. They were in a good position to hold off on the post plan as well. I won't say that they could have done it definitively.
Well, getting tagged through the wall there by Spermy. Bit of a mixed buy coming out from FakeOut here. Woodzu, only one without a rifle. Not really sure what they're doing. They're all kind of stacked up right now. Working their way very slowly. Brown Hall's upper B area. They got plenty of nades though. This site should be fairly open. There is only one man on B, and that's Funshine there playing pretty passive connector, but I don't know. They're sensing something. Team Saw already on the move, rotating over there. Flashbangs coming out. They're starting to work their way down ramp. Smokes. There's that molly to deter them from planting that bomb. Let's see if we get another double molly kill. Spermy falls, but there is a trade really quickly there as Voodoo falls. Oh, look at Sid. In upper. Tags him down. Gonna be a 3v3 right there. Kid falls as well. Spray coming out everywhere, and there they go. Hell of a retake, and that wasn't even a plant. They didn't get the bomb down, so that's the last one of the half here. With Team Saw leading the way 9-6.
Excellent work from Team Saw so far, and I'd like to remind you guys right now, follow myself and Eisen on Twitter. Our Twitters are going to be in the chat right now. Follow this channel, and of course follow Team Saw, and don't forget, check out the sponsors that you're looking at the bottom of your screens right now. They do a lot to make sure that this match can come to you live, and you should show them some love.
I love love, bro.
I love love too.
What do you
And
think
make sure
about
to follow
this game, buddy?
CSGM on Twitter. You know, footnote. Now that we've done all the shilling, we can talk about the game, which is actually very interesting to me right now. Team Saw, the way that they were able to pull back that momentum in the second part of the first half, it was shocking to me. I knew that they had a comeback in them, but I didn't expect it to be that overwhelming. FakeOut had a really tough time coping with that, but you also have to keep in mind that if FakeOut win this pistol, it's essentially even.
Right. And it could come down to that, you know, a bit of a back and forth. You know, we talked about this before. I don't have a lot of familiarity with these two teams, but just from the statistics of the players and the teams that they've faced so far in the ESEA main, I knew it was going to be close. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an overtime with this one.
I think this comes down to whether or not Team Saw has a good T side prepared for Train. I think FakeOut being good on CT is going to be a given because Train is a CT sided map, so it's whether or not Team Saw have some tricks in store. And so far, the fact that they're buying 3 smokes is a good indicator that they do.
What do they got here? CT is just one for armor all the way around. No kits.
Not
or
even a
anything for
kit,
these
not
guys.
even a smoke to stop a rush. Team Saw could really take advantage of this if they play their cards right.
Maybe they saw was anticipating some kind of weird buy coming out from them because they got 3 Tech 9s. So maybe they thought there was going to be some utility purchase with the, you know, no armor
I
on some
think
of
they
these
have
guys.
something like an execution planned. Obviously, it's a little bit early to make that prediction, but the Tech 9 would be the logical purchase with the leftover money just to kind of give you that little tiny advantage against armor. And here's the execution coming in the A-bomb site, getting that wall of smokes that we had talked about earlier on in the first half, and it looks like the counter-terrorist really unable to stop that. The bomb coming in very quickly. Spermy actually already getting the plant.
And that's where you see how the smokes on round 1 are so useful, especially T-side Train. They're able to get right on that site, not even lose a man. Phantom really the only one taking any damage. Well, FakeOut right now trying to scramble to find these guys just to get this defused. There is no kit, so they don't have a lot of time. Wiggy does get one. CGB, they have a lot of trades going on right now. You got JD and TCJB. Or sorry, CJ. We'll just call him CJ. How about that? Well, he's going for the defuse now. Oh my god! OP Spermy, the last one, stuck in Top Dog. He's in a bit of a duel right now, and he does get dropped. I don't know if they're going to have enough time for the defuse.
Unfortunately not.
Wow.
Team Saw pulling that one together so quickly.
What a stall, baby. What a stall. So, Team Saw there with 10, and that's the pistol round that was sort of crucial for FakeOut. I mean, what do you think the strategy is now? Looks like they're forcing up.
I cannot blame FakeOut for forcing up whatsoever. They really want to dig their heels in the sand and try to not let Team Saw get that 5-round lead on them, because that's when you start to see the mountain that you have to climb up, and that can be very disheartening for players, especially when you lose such a crucial round in that first half through such a silly mistake, frankly, as leaving the bomb in spawn.
Right. Well, what FakeOut? They won the first 5 on their T side or 6? I don't remember.
5. The 6 kind of came in the middle, which was weird, but luckily Team Saw were able to immediately counteract that.
Well, Wadzu pretty low, sitting on 3 HP with that 5-7. He's going to be hanging out in Pop Dog right now. A little bit of damage coming out for both teams, as Team Saw has yet to commit really on anything. They're trying to figure out what's going on. They know obviously there's a scout on A side. They know that at least one of these guys have 5-7 armor. They're probably assuming there's going to be an armor force up here, so they don't want to engage too closely. I mean, the 5-7 versus a UMP at close range, I don't really know who has the advantage there, to be honest. Both of those
I would
weapons
almost
are
just say the UMP, just because you can just hold mouse 1 and
fire rate, yeah.
Yeah. But if you've got one of those really quick index fingers like some people do, the 5-7 can even that out. Maybe not make it completely even, but they could certainly tilt the odds so they're much, much closer.
Well, we're about to find out right now. Is Spermy going to be coming up here? Eggs going to go up against the CZ. It is going to be enough. He does knock him dead. Spermy falls. Smoke's coming out on the site, but he gets dropped immediately. Bomb is going to get planted here. 4 men survive on both teams. Meanwhile, Woodzu, 3 HP, on the skin of his teeth, is going to be pushing in. There's one on site right now, trying to dance with the devil. Takes a bit of damage as well, but the 5-7 we were talking about coming into play. Flashbang and Smoke, nice shot from him. Twiggy goes down, and that scout is going to be putting in work. 4v3 retake. Bomb is ticking away. No kid on either one of these guys. And Phantom sensing something's up. Molotov on the bomb. That's going to stop things for sure. I don't think there's any way they can get this defuse off now. And they better just... Wow. Did he just dome that kid?
Pretty close to it. No real headshot, though. Team Saw running away with the 10th round, and FakeOut, unfortunately, not really making anything happen there, which could be a pretty big problem for them. Luckily, though, they still have above that 2K mark, so as long as they don't really buy going into this round, they should be fine. Notably, though, they have those 2 scouts, and what you'd expect is a scout on each bomb site, and then 1 to 3 players on each bomb site with pistols, just basically designed after the scout gets the tag to swarm in and finish off the weakened opponent. It'll be interesting to see if they actually play that way, though.
He's just bee-hopping his way up on top of that bomb train there. Team Saw, they're not giving anything away here. Even last round, they knew it was going to be either a force buy or kind of an eco. They played it super slow. Kind of provoking FakeOut to make a move. Doesn't look like anybody's taking the bait on either team right now, as these guys are piled up in their respective spawns. And look at that line. It's almost a straight diagonal line that FakeOut's making across the map there.
Yeah, that's interesting now that you mention it, and it really does speak to how aggressive those pistol players are playing and how passive those scout players are playing to complement that, and hopefully that works out for FakeOut. It's definitely the best possible setup with the weapons they have.
It's going to be working its way towards B. Not sure if they're going to commit to that or maybe go down drop. They are walking. Nobody making a peep on either one of these teams right now. They're just being super passive. First nade gets tossed. I don't know where that landed. Smoke grenade kind of slow things out. No kit, no nades at all on the side of FakeOut here. Molotov going to be coming in. Nice position. Quick does get flashbangs. He's just spamming away with the USP on top of that bomb train. Lowrider not going to be enough. 2 of them fall, and almost immediately Twiggy on the lurk right now for JB. Does get domed in the face, and bomb gets planted here. So JD and Quick going to be the last 2 remain.
But look at where Quick is right now. He manages to recover that AK and fall back. No nades to go for the Ninja Defuse, though, unfortunately. And, of course, we have Funshine, who has that Molotov for the bomb, and that's going to make Quick's excellent positioning, unfortunately, not really worth it in the end, especially considering he gets domed by Twiggy not too shortly afterwards. And so now it's just JDW on that A-bomb site trying to hold off with the scout, maybe trying to save the armor, maybe trying to grab an exit frag. Either way, though, he's not going to be able to do too much, as the distance round-wise between FakeOut and Saw continues to grow. Team Saw up to their 12th, and FakeOut struggling to make an impact on their CT side, which is not at all what you'd expect.
And they're going to have a buy here. It's not going to be a very big one, though. Most of these guys aren't going to have head armor and probably not a lot of kits, if any. But it looks like JD does pick up one, so they ditched the scout and opt to go for some rifles. A little bit more firepower. It looks like a man pile straight on a T-Con right now. Not sure what this play is, but it might work out in their favor as flashbangs flying around. Ah, connects. Quick knocks him dead. Another one quickly goes down to the hands of Woozu. And Team Saw looking like they're under some pressure right now to make something happen. Shine gets blasted down to 16 HP, or 12 now, and him and Twiggy are the last two that remain. Stuck in sandwich, or whatever that's called, hell. That's the old hell, isn't it? I don't remember.
Wow, CJ, though, he just kind of comes around the corner with his knife out, and he's going to catch that UMP to the face and allow Twiggy to pick up the M4. Shouldn't make too much of a difference in the long run, but it kind of stings a little, rubs salt in the wound, that type of thing. Twiggy, though, he's going to round this corner trying to make something happen here. He might be looking the wrong way, and that's exactly what happens. Quick, nice, clean op shot will take him down, and FakeOut finally having some bit of a say as to how the second half goes, 7-12. But the terror side really can still buy if they choose to right now.
Yeah, just by how I've been watching these guys play, I was just going to say I don't expect anything more than a Tech 9 armor buy coming out from. They don't really need to force the issue. They do have quite a few rounds on them, but again, they're T-side on train, and we all know what happens if the CTs start to get rolling, especially with their economy getting stronger here. So FakeOut pick up a much-needed win this half, and 2 kits on them this time, but other than that, not much else. Look at Quick. He's glass cannon.
Interesting strategy when this is probably the most crucial round of the half for FakeOut right now. If they lose this round, they're probably going to lose the game, just considering the momentum economic-wise that Team Saw would get from that.
The Jiggle Pete coming out here. Not sure if they want to... I think they're probably going to come out Pop Dog. It's going to be a split A. They're setting up for those smokes over there in the T-spawn area. Probably going to see 3-4 smokes come over. Or, sorry, 3 smokes. There they are. There they are right now. Another one coming inside. 5 smokes total. Every single T-side player throwing a smoke out onto the site. Tech 9 armor is the way to go, but M4 spray might be enough. Burmy does get one on top of the train here. JD gets dinked in the face. Commanders, he does take out Phantom, so it's going to be a 3v3 with post plant now. And JB, only guy left over with a kit. Oh! How did he hit that shot? That was nutty. That was nutty. So they're pushing in right now. One gets spotted on a Pop Dog. He's going for the strafe. Ain't gonna make it. Funshine all by himself in hell. And he gets dropped, so another round. Huge round on the board for FakeOut as they manage to survive with 3 players.
I'm not a huge fan of Team Saw's decision to not full buy going into that. I understand that they didn't really have the money to put a full set in everyone's hands. But to think about how important it would have been to reset FakeOut's loss bonus back to square one, that momentum really could have carried Team Saw to the win. And so that eco, it looks like, is biting them. But of course, now they're able to put full guns back on the board. So as long as they win this, it should be a moot point.
I love moot points. And Galil by.
They love you too.
Phantom here. We'll see how this pans out here. I think Team Saw can pull this off. I mean, they got plenty of utility here. The only gun really lacking is Phantom, and Galil isn't actually too bad. I've heard some people that I play with that are very good Counter-Strike players debate whether to even buy the Galil or a UMP if you're on a T side, kind of an eco or a force buy.
I can understand the debate. In a situation like this, I'd almost prefer the UMP just because it gives you that diversity, right? The Galil is only needed if you're worried about a long-range engagement, but if you can sit back and let the ops and the AKs handle that, I say why not grab the UMP for the surprise push or to hold off the retake.
Op shot goes out. He does get dinked down to 10 HP, but it looks like it is going to be a B execute. There's nobody left on the sites. This should be an easy bomb plant for them. It's just a matter of whether or not Team Saw can hold off this retake. UCT's coming through the spawn right now. One on the flank trying to come through Pop Dog. And nobody through the Z connector. So this could be a bit of a surprise here for the side of Team Saw. 2 men. Oh, I think he heard him up there on gas train.
That could be a big problem if that position is given away. Right now, though, Twiggy's trying to hold for the push coming through Pop Dog. No one really giving him mileage, though, on that.
Yeah, well, Woodzu doesn't really know what's up. And Nate does take down Phantom.
Woodzu walking right into those crosshairs, too. Unfortunately, he comes up the ladder just in time to kind of look his aggressor in the face. Sit off, though. He's saving the bomb from getting defused. Lowrider jumps into the smoke. It's going to be tight, but he might be able to do it, especially with that nade going off. He's going to get it. The spray comes through the smoke, but he gets it. Oh, my goodness. Less than a second after he got the defuse, the headshot takes him out. Fake out, barely winning that round by the skin of their teeth. And again, that was another momentum-changing round where if Team Saw won that, that would have been GG for Fake Out. But they managed to hang on by the smallest of threads. And Eisen, we predicted a close game, but goodness.
Well, the crazy part there, what I'm thinking is that they didn't come out of ramp because they knew there was an op somewhere back there, and they didn't want to die. But at the same time, like, you got to stop him from defusing that bomb. So, like, you're gonna lose the round either way. So I don't know what they were thinking there, and I'm sure this timeout was called probably because of this situation, because somebody messed up there. Both of those guys were hanging around that ramp area. They didn't want to go out and try to shoot the bomb diffuser because they knew there was an op holding that angle. But I mean, you got to go for it. I mean, you're missing your shots obviously when you're shooting through the smoke. I feel like something else should have happened there. So maybe this was kind of a attack call, pause here to say, okay, let's calm down. You know, we were doing good. We messed up there, whatever. 3 rounds in a row. Let's try to bring it back here.
Wake
so
up.
big grouping of numbers here. If you look at the scoreboard, I mean, right now, Twiggy going absolutely crazy. 24 frags right now, and Sperm the only one on the side of Team Saw yet to get to double digits, but you know, he's right there.
That's a rough one, though. When you're in a game this close and you have one person, and that's Twiggy, carrying kind of as hard as he is, with Phantom not too far behind, but then the drop-off after that is quite considerable. Whereas if you compare that to Fake Out, their numbers are kind of all hovering in the neighborhood of each other. Just the point is, Twiggy, it's hard for one person to really hard carry going into a half like this, and I think Team Saw is kind of suffering those effects right now in these last 3 rounds. They will be going into another full buy, though, and this is a good opportunity for everyone on their team to prove that they can pull their weight.
Pause call is still coming out. I can't imagine what's going through their minds right now. Bit of weird Go TV lag I'm getting right now. Not GG lag, folks.
Just a
bar
regular
spikes.
lag, you know.
So maybe that's why they're pausing here. Maybe it was a technical pause.
Even if it is a technical pause, this is still actually a really good time for Saw to just kind of mentally reset and say, hey, they're catching up to us. We really need to figure out what's going wrong for us right now and get our lead back, get our considerable lead back, because if we don't, we could very easily be overtaken right now.
Well, it's weird because you can't see like the first half rounds, you know, the way ESCA does their stuff here with this plugin or whatever. But you know, it was like you said, it was 5 rounds in a row on T side. You know, Team Saw only picking up 3 in the row, and then they lose, you know, 3 in a row. So, you know, they were able to string together what, like 7, 8 rounds in a row almost on their CT side. They just don't want that to happen to them right now against Fake Out, because if they, you know, obviously a couple more, they're going to be tied up. And then when you're behind, you know, the line on the T side on train, it's super, super tough to come back from that. So they want to maintain this lead. Right now, they're spending pretty much most of their cash right now, although they do have a decent loss bonus. But I think overall their strategies are pretty sound, to be honest with you. And Fake Out, unlike Team Saw, they're playing pretty much 2 guys B. You know, 1 guy deep connector, and then another guy playing almost in a passive area by connector, by that like little boost hut thing. So their A presence is definitely not as strong as Team Saw's was.
And now it is time for our producer's favorite part of the match really quick as we have this pause end. Remember to follow all the links that you are seeing in the title for CSGO matches, Eisen and myself. Of course, remember to check out the sponsors at the bottom of the screen as well.
He spelled official wrong.
He spelled official wrong.
OFFICIAL.
Our producer is fired.
Of course, I'm predicting the future because as I'm talking, they're not seeing what I'm seeing. But anyway, it is round number 7 of the second half here. As time is ticking away. Bomb up in T-spawn. And Saw right now just trying to feel these guys out. Trying to find out where Fake Out's playing. Trying to see if they can get a pick before they try to commit to a site. Op shot, there it is. Connects from Funshine. Lowrider not too happy about that one. He was jiggle peeking that corner for at least 15 seconds trying to bait that shot out. Unfortunately, the one he actually baited out killed him.
And that's a really, really good start to this round for Team Saw. As Fake Out begins to catch up to them, they really need to start putting rounds on the board. And so, of course, going into this as a 5-on-4 with that nice early pick, That's nothing but gravy for them right now. They must be feeling super good about this one, but of course that confidence cannot get to their head. They have all 5 men up, and it looks like they're poised for either a B or pop take right now, and it looks like that the nades are going to be raining out on A, so this split could be pretty convincing. You have to keep in mind, though, that they do have, the counter-terrorists, that is, they do have 3 players on that site, which is actually going to make this B fake all the more effective. Unfortunately, CJ, he's going to be able to spot that out, though, but that doesn't stop Team Saw from getting into the site in a 5-on-3. The counter-terrorists kind of reeling from this. They're down a man, but Spermy caught with the knife out. You hate to see it. Woodzu taking him down. And Funshine holding from sight with the op, but it doesn't matter. Sidoff actually with the rifle preventing people from getting anywhere near him until Woodzu comes up with the flank, takes him out, grabs the AK, and now he's looking for that defuse in the 1 versus 3. Unfortunately, though, he's not going to be able to find out Funshine as he's kind of stuck behind the train right now, and he jumps off the ladder. Funshine missing his shots. Woodzu with the jumping headshot somehow manages to find it. The Molotov on the bomb. Woodzu not going to be able to do anything quite yet, especially with the remolly. He tries to tap the bomb, but he's losing health to that flames very rapidly. Woodzu, though, with the headshot on the Phantom. Things are so close with Twiggy with the spray down, shutting him down in the end. That was one of the closest rounds I've ever seen, and almost a godlike clutch, but unfortunately,
The thing was,
didn't happen.
His angles and free fires and things, they were so close, man. Like, if he would have hit those 2, it would have been a 1v1. That molly from behind wouldn't have got off on him. And he might have been able to get that defuse. So, good effort on his part. Entertaining, nevertheless.
Very good effort. He did come off that ladder, though, just spraying kind of midair. Unfortunately, midair headshots are not something that happen twice in a round in CSGO, and he'll get punished for that one.
Now, big pistol push coming up here right now into Pop Dog, it looks like. But Team Saw going to be playing slow as usual, trying to make FakeOut something on their own. 1 man on B, trying to hold it down for the rest of the crew. And I think, you know, Team Saw's playing this like they're up against rifles. They're not taking any chances here. They want this win.
Another thing, though, is you almost always expect when a team has 5 pistols, you just expect them to just push something really stupidly. Because if it works, it works, and if it doesn't work, at least that round is over and you're back to having guns in your hand. So Team Saw kind of trying to wait out that push, definitely a smart decision on their end. You can't fault them for it, especially because it's going to take them less time to take a bomb site. They do realize that A is stacked and they move their way over to B, but of course FakeOut didn't realize that they're rotating. And so
they moved all together like a freaking centipede right
It's like the
Z.
scene from Scooby-Doo where like the villain runs out of one door and then the heroes run out of the door two doors down in the hallway. Everyone's chasing each other. No one has any idea where the other person is. But it looks like
force something here. I mean, 35 seconds here, and they're not committing to
they're
B.
back into the A site. The A site is completely empty. The counter-terrorists have no idea. The Molotov coming down Z connector and completely shutting them down. And this should be an easy round for Team Saw, provided they play their cards right.
Hey, Mazer.
Mm.
That was a hell of a fake out. I'm sorry.
Get away from me.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm just having fun. This is a good game. It's putting me in a good mood right now. These guys, despite the scoreline here,
a
it's
good
actually
game.
pretty close.
Seedoff trying to hold off the push. He finds 1, finds 2. Can he get the 3rd? Lowrider, unfortunately, going to fall to him as well. Seedoff with a nice 3K. And JDW and CJ, they're not going to be able to get anything done. They're sitting there waiting for their eventual death. They don't even really have anything to save. Why bother saving a P250? But, of course, pushing is not going to work out either.
Well, Phantom does knock him dead anyway, so it's going to be another one on the board for Team Saw, getting ever closer to the big W here. Both these guys are pretty much rivals here. If Team Saw picks this one up, they're going to, I think, tied for 2nd right now in ESEA Main with a score of 9-2. A couple teams have yet to play this week. We'll see what happens there, but pretty respectable positioning for both these teams right now, currently in ESEA Main. And Team Saw looking to do what they do. And if how many games do you have to win in the playoffs?
It's different every season.
Premier? So they win 3 tournament matches, playoffs, and they're able to get in Premier. That would be huge. Nice shot here from Quick. I love scout kills. They're so entertaining. Bomb is going to get planted here. 3 left on the side. Bomb doesn't get planted at all. And Sidoff going to be holding down Pop Dog. AK spray gets him. Team Saw 15. Match point.
And a lot of times when you see the enemy team get to match point, your brain just kind of shuts down, especially when you have to go into it on a force buy. Team Saw looking very favorable to pull out this game. Well, of course, only time will tell how that's going to shake out.
Roger that, roger that. Well, they're buying what they can here. Fake out. Desperate times call for desperate measures here. Even went so far as to get a decoy grenade. But I've seen worse buys than this beat to full AK buy. So
That's true. That's
know
true.
what
Everything is kind of up in the air, especially when you have weapons that are kind of make it or break it, like the Deagle, like the UMP. Any one player going off with either of those weapons can easily turn the tide of a round.
Now stacked up in T-Con right now. It doesn't look like they're going to be going for any kind of a fake here. It's probably just going to be a full-on push. They want to see what kind of weapons they're going to be dealing with, more than likely on the side of FakeOut. They knew that there was kind of a loss bonus situation there, but they weren't sure. They did kind of an M4 buy, no armor, or something weird. So they're trying to spot somebody out right now. And there's one. Wow, through the wall and a dome piece. JD knocking Funshine down. Those guys have been kind of in a battle all game, those two. I don't know who's coming out ahead between the two, but it's pretty fun to watch them go after each other. Bomb now working its way probably up at a Brown Halls here, going over to the B site. But look at this. They got a pretty substantial presence on B right now. 2 dedicated B players plus 1 pushed up deep into Z. I believe that's JD over there.
Yeah, that flank could actually be hugely problematic if Team Saw don't get into the bomb site very, very quickly. JDW, though, with the scout, he's going to be playing far back. He tags Phantom down, which could be pretty huge for those UMPs to be on cleanup duty. But he'll actually manage to get the kill for himself. But then Spermy and Twiggy both following it up. They leave things in an even 3-on-3. And if they can keep things to the long-range battles right now against the UMP, they should be winning this game. No problem.
Well,
Lowrider, last man alive. What's he going to do here? He has
all
a
up
UMP.
to him. They're really low right now. If he's able to knock down Spermy here, this is definitely
Oh my god, they're
a
all so
situation.
lit.
They're so low. A couple bullets. Lowrider
Oh my
has
god,
the
they're all
opportunity to
so
make
lit.
this one. Let's just focus on Lowrider here. If our observer can just switch over to him to see what kind of play is going through this mind right now. He knows what time it is. He doesn't have a kid, so he's got to make some moves.
Oh my
One
god.
down, 2 to go. They're so low. He's got to push here. It's worth it just to spray.
Oh my
he does
god.
get one. Another one goes down. I don't know if he's got time.
He's got it.
He's got
He's
time.
got it,
He's
and
got
he's
time.
got it in spades. The defuse coming out, Lowrider, cheered on by his teammates for the rest of the time. All of them completely in tears. I can hear it
Wow.
now. And
That
he picks
was a-
up the AK. That was an amazing 1 versus 3 coming out there from him, and he's keeping his team in the game by the skin of his teeth.
I mean, keep in mind though, all those guys had less than 30 HP, but nevertheless they had AKs, you know. And he didn't have head armor, so I mean, he was just gonna get ripped to shreds anyway if they landed any shots. He was able to bit him, to knock him down. So hell of a play by him, hell of a clutch. That's the kind of motivation they're gonna need to put this into overtime right now. And a little bit better buy this time than they had last round, but it looks like it's just going to be a full-on B-rush coming up from the side of Saw. The Swag 7 gets 2 of them right away. Enough for 3. There it is. No for 4, baby. Not going to be there. And his buddy comes from behind and knocks him dead. So Twiggy going to be last man standing with 22 HP. And the economy on Saw right now isn't too healthy. So if this bomb doesn't get planted, I don't think they're going to be able to buy. And that very well could be round 12 for FakeOut.
This could be a huge problem here, especially because the economy on Team Saw is in a position where if they get reset here, that really could allow FakeOut to tie things up. And that, of course, will mean overtime, and that's where things are right back to a blank slate, and Team Saw loses any advantage that they've had throughout the first and second halves.
Well, like we said, this game was not over. You know, even with that wonky force buy they had on match point, they're able to pull it through, and now they're turning things around right now. If they survive with all 4 of these players, they're going to be able to buy out for Wuzu. And there it is. So this is going to be huge here. And more than likely, Saw's not going to be buying anything at all here. And even next round, if they don't win this convincingly or pick up some guns, they're going to have a weak buy on round 13 of this half.
And so it looks like they're deciding to play it conservative. I actually even think they're investing too much into it as it stands. The pistols that they have are so unlikely to win them the round. Unless they get a bomb plan, it's just not worth it to buy even what they have on their belts right now.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you here. I predicted on ESCA that this game was going to end 13-16 in favor of Saw.
You're
so.
pretty close to, we're pretty close to that prediction right now, actually.
See what happens. Oh, wow. He gets tagged down to 2 HP through the wood. I don't even know about that wallbang spot because I'm such a noob. AK spray is going to be there. Not enough for 2 of them, though. His spray going to be pushing in, gets tagged on the leg. Bomb going for the plant here. The spray is out. No plant down. Somehow, Sidoff survives as long as he does. And here we go. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, okay, they have money for a buy, but it's not going to be a really big buy here, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get an op-out. Unless they glass cannon.
They might not even need one. If you play things carefully on train on T side, sure, you'll be lacking, but you can win rounds that way. You just have to use your utility very, very carefully, and a B site hit would not be a bad idea considering you cannot pick from A main without that AWP.
Well, here it is, match point once again. Both teams with full buys coming out here. Lowrider, only one without a kit. Everybody else decent utility and such. He almost shot his teammate there. Well, I believe at this level, the team damage is on, correct?
Yeah.
That could have been banned here. Look at this position that Phantom's playing right now. JD's playing very aggressive in T-Con. Guys are basically bumping shoulders right now over there. We're going to be checking out round halls, making sure nobody's pushing up from behind. This definitely looks like it is going to be an A hit from all 3 points. They're probably going to come out Ivy, T-Con, and Pop Dog. See what kind of defense FakeOut has for that. Nade should do a little bit of damage to him. Not too much.
Yeah, unfortunately, CSGO is so finicky with the angles that grenade damage travels at. It's actually much more difficult than you'd think to get some significant nade damage right now. And of course, Lowrider just saw the effects of that. Right now, though, Team Saw, they're all kind of stacking up right now for an A-side execute, but quick!
See, that might change things for these guys.
What was that? And of course, with multiple miss nades coming out from Team Saw, we're not even going to talk about that execute. They're trying to run their classic B-fake again, but they've done it too many times this half. FakeOut is not falling for it.
Yeah, and plus they're walking right into the molly here. They got a heavy presence here. Shots coming out here. Up from above. He goes down. This very well could be 13 on the board. I don't know how the hell he landed that shot, but Phantom's going to be the last man standing, and they're rubbing each other right in the smoke, and not going to be enough. With JD the only one dying, so 15-13 here, and now Team Saw on the precipice of this game going to OT. This is a crucial round for them. They almost have to save.
This round, here. not as crucial as you might think. This is really just the full save throwaway. It's going to be the next round that literally decides the fate of the game. The 2 real big mistakes Team Saw made there, though, is they missed multiple nades, and they ran the same fake that they'd been running with the exact same nades and the exact same setup. I think this is the 3rd time they ran it that half, and of course, FakeOut, they're not dumb. They're not going to fall for it again.
You know, not to mention the fact that their opera got picked over there in Ivy all by himself. M4 spray, he's able to get one. Funshine falls. Tech9's is going to be rushing on in here. He does manage to pop him in the face. That molly ticking down here. This is going to be a bomb plan off to the side.
And actually, Twiggy, he's pushed up in a good position. He manages to find a frag with the Tech9 and pick up the rifle.
Really good.
This is looking surprisingly good for Team Saw, especially considering they were going into this round looking like bumbling idiots running through a Molotov. Lowrider, though, he manages to find the first frag on a Twiggy. The bomb plant, kind of a win by itself for Team Saw. But of course, it's not too late for them to win this round, not by any means. The lack of rifles certainly concerning, though, and no Molotov for the bomb. But Spermy somehow finding the kill on a Woodzu. As long as he can hold off Lowrider just for a certain amount of time, but it doesn't happen. The double spray down from him, so good. Seedoff, he has to stop this right now, and he can't do it. FakeOut bringing it to 14-15, but of course, the bomb plant for Team Saw, they have all the money in the world for whatever strategy they could ever want to run.
Yeah, they're going to do everything they can here. That was actually surprisingly good, considering none of them had armor. They survived for quite a long time. I think when I don't remember who it was, but when he went down on the end of the bomb train, if his teammate would have peeked ramp a little bit earlier, they could have ganged up on him. That might have changed the outcome of that round, but either way, hindsight 2020, here we go. Last round of this regular time match here. Either we're going to OT or this is it. Team Saw looking to close it down right now with this big buy coming out. It looks like they're running their standard A play right now.
I swear to God, if they run the B fake this round, I'd be super upset. But so far, 2 players towards Ivy. Of course, Quick going to be noticing Twiggy crossing, but nothing he can do about it except maybe dump out that nade. They're trying to get Quick to peek out a little bit wide, and then of course Funshine would be able to get that easy kill.
He's got him a couple times now in this little engagement here between these two.
But it's again, Team Saw. They're doing things that they've done so many times before. And FakeOut not going to fall for it. Not going to fall for it again. And Quick, he realizes that, and so he goes on top of train, and he actually watches A main, because that's the setup that Team Saw have used to convert that Ivy frag so many different times. Of course, the secondary opera on his team going to be holding down Ivy, making sure they don't get pushed and stabbed in the back. And Team Saw right now, they can really go wherever they want. They have a lot of map control.
If you look at the positioning right now from FakeOut, very passive. These guys are deep into the site here. As I pointed out earlier, they're kind of making that forward aggressive diagonal line. These guys right now are way in the back of the site, and they got 2 ops here. Trying to pull these off. So smoke's going to be coming out onto the A site, and they're doing this B play again. Maybe it's a double fake here. They're pushing out ramp here, but they're stacked up in Pop Dog. They forced to rotate here. If they push on the A site right now, they could easily take it. Only 1 man remains on A.
Oh
and
my
it's
goodness.
Lowrider watching Ivy.
They actually pulled off a successful fake yet again. Into the A-bomb site they go. Quick going to be Molotoved out. The entire counter-terrorist force trying to rotate in through a Molotoved avenue. The bomb going down on the A-bomb site. Things looking very good for Team Saw on this final round of regulation time. Team Saw establishing their positions on the A-bomb site. Quick coming around, leading the rotation, leading the charge with the AWP in hand. Counter-terrorists surrounding from all angle. Quick going to find the first pick, but of course that just makes it even 4-on-4. No team with a clear advantage. Twiggy trying to pull things out. Quick finding a kill before he goes down. 2-on-3, but so many low health people on Team Saw right now.
Oh my god, there it is.
Barely
Wow.
by the skin of their teeth. 2 players left remaining, and immediately 2 CTs disconnect
So-
because that was an exhausting
So they
game.
did their B fake, their A fake, right? And then they committed to wasting 4 more nades on
It was
B.
the triple fake mind game. They're playing
immediately forced to
7D
rotate.
chess.
$70
Team
Trump chess
Saw
over here.
are geniuses.
That was actually a really good play, and it was really smart. And unfortunately, Lowrider got caught with his pants down. He was holding down
That's
Ivy,
very true.
unbeknownst to anything going on, and they just shot him from the side of the head and took the site over. Like the whole team rotated over to B. So I don't know. I think that was a little bit early call for that rotate there, but maybe they shouldn't have sent all of the players over to B site. Maybe left 2 on A. Maybe like you could have played a passive connector there. You didn't have to commit into B. And they went deep into the B side too by the time they're pushing out. So hell of a play by Saw, and they managed to eke this one out 16-14. So wow, good game. And now I believe Saw is tied for rank 2.
Yeah, their record is 9-2. Very,
9-2,
very impressive
so-
stuff this season coming out from Team Saw. I'm looking forward to casting their way through playoffs. I'd be shocked at this point if they didn't make it. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. I am Mazer. Joining me is Eisen, and of course, we're going to let him take it away with the plugs.
All right. I want to thank everybody for watching. I really do. Some of you guys who have never been here before or experienced CSGM or know what we're about, we're kind of a casting service. I ran a service where we casted 10-mans and semi-pro teams and amateur teams, and we also held a league for 2 seasons. And now we're kind of getting back into the swing of things right now, and what we're leading into at this point, we do have some collaborations that we're kind of working on, so we don't really know what direction we're going to completely commit to yet. But for right now, we're going to be open to casting games for these teams in ESEA and SIVO Maine. And we're really looking forward to starting to build a relationship with some of these different organizations. So Team Saw is the one that invited us to cast their game tonight. We super, super appreciate that from them. They have a massive, massive following. If you guys check out their Twitter, I think it's, I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I think it's Team Saw GG or something like that. I'm not really like a big Twitter guy. I'm really old or whatever. But I appreciate you guys coming out, whether you're here for us or for CSGM relaunching or revamping itself, or you're here for Team Saw, or even here for FakeOut. Either way, I really do appreciate you guys coming in and watching. So I want you to stay tuned. Pay attention to our Twitter. It's CSGM_official. And we want you guys to know that we're looking forward to doing some other stuff. And we might have another game here tonight. What's that, Chaz? I'm getting some information from my producer here. There might be another game tonight. I'm not sure. Either way, the stream will go down. If there is, we'll post that on our Twitter. We'll let you guys know if there's going to be another match happening or not, but I'm not quite sure on that. But this stream here is going to end. But again, I do appreciate all you guys tuning in. And there were some rumors that some of the guys from Mythic were in here as well, so we do appreciate those guys tuning in. Hopefully they gain some information that they can use against Team Saw when they're going to play them next, but I don't think it's going to help, to be honest. I think Team Saw is going to crush you guys. Summit 1G. I don't think so, buddy. You're going down, bro. Anyway, that's going to be it here. Mazer, I want to thank you for casting with me tonight. Chaz on the production. This is Eisen for CSGM, and remember, you frag, we cast.